From the Back for the Attack release and the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 soundtrack, that is Dokken with Dream Warriors. That's for May K in the chat room.
Glad someone likes that song.
You don't like that song?
I like the song, I guess. Overplayed to death back in the day.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was part of a huge movie, so.
That's my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But, yeah, I never, where I don't like it is live. I have never liked the way they play it live. They kind of slow it down even slower than it is a little bit, and it's just kind of, not my favorite.
Well, again, some of those songs are hard to transition to live.
Yeah. Yeah, and now by saying that, Don probably is in the process of firing me and looking for another web guy, like Jeff Tate would have.
Right. Well, speaking of Dokken.
Yes.
As you know.
Where's your bumper?
Oh, yeah, well, I should play that, right?
Yeah, it's been 5 minutes.
It has been 5 minutes. Let me grab the it's been 5 minutes bumper, and it's time for Neeley to talk Dokken.
Hey, it's been 5 minutes, and it's time now for Neeley to talk Dokken on the Classic Metal Show.
I'm always impressed how people from around the world, who listen to this show, they drop us notes. I know you get emails via the Facebook and various other means, and. So our fan from over there in the UK, Jamie Wilson, who had purchased a CMS shirt, he's the guy who was took that picture of himself at the something festival. What the hell was the name of that festival?
Whatever, Dick Fest.
Yeah, exactly. He had sent where was it? Well, whatever. He was at one of the festivals over in Europe this year, and he was wearing a CMS shirt and whatnot.
Sure.
So he shot me over an email today, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
About going to see Dokken over in Europe because they did a 6 or 7 show run over there.
Right.
Last week.
Okay.
And so he kind of gave me his review.
All right.
He said, "Hey, Neeley, I saw Dokken for the second time last Sunday at the Rock City at Rockingham.
Okay.
The first time I saw them was at the Z-Rock Fest back in 2007. I believe that's when they played with Kingdom Come.
All right.
And that promoter, remember the Z-Rock Fest? People were complaining that promoter wasn't paying the bands.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I think that prior to when Don was going over there, I told him, I said, you need to be careful because that guy's got a reputation for not paying.
Right.
And I guess he did run into some issues with the guy, and he ended up getting paid, but the guy was trying to walk out without paying him.
Right. And then Don fucking beat his ass.
Yeah. He punched him in the face just like a housewife.
He found his mom and punched her.
Exactly. But anyway, he says where they only played around 30 minutes and they didn't look too happy. A few years ago, you talked about how the promoter tried to screw them over, right, and that's probably explained why.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the show, and John Levin just showed he was a class apart from any other guitarist out there.
I agree with that.
Having watched a boring 5-minute guitar solo from that shit stain that was Giuffria, God, they're fucking awful. So Giuffria not getting high marks here.
Well, Giuffria without Greg Giuffria.
Exactly.
Which I think opens the door for Chastain without David Chastain.
Well, she said she could go do that.
Yeah, she should.
John put them to shame just by playing the songs.
Really?
That's what he said.
All right, good.
Don, on the other hand, wasn't at his best.
Okay.
He didn't seem happy and was complaining about the mics the entire time and was walking over to the soundboard guy that was off stage every other song, it seemed. I've seen that a million times.
Yep.
The levels seemed okay to us unless it was the monitors on stage.
Which it must have been if Don heard it.
Yeah. It wasn't a great vocal performance, but still a great show and a damn tight band.
Sure.
I took a quick video for you to hear. It was If You Wanted, blah, blah, blah. So, and he sent it over to me. About 40 seconds worth.
Did you listen to it?
I did.
Good or not?
You could definitely tell that there was some like on stage issues.
Right.
Like being able to hear. So I'm thinking it was monitor issues.
Right.
But anyway, here's a quick review from AOR Underground Magazine.
Okay.
So this reviewer, whoever this is what they wrote.
All right.
By the end of Giuffria's set, myself and several others were wishing we had more in our Giuffria tees.
What?
They were wishing they had more in their Giuffria t-shirts.
Oh, like what? Like more of the band?
No. They're saying that Giuffria was so bad.
Oh,
that
okay.
they wish they hadn't worn their Giuffria shirts.
They hadn't worn them.
Yeah, put them on. Wore them.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
They wish they hadn't worn them to the show. Like they were ashamed. like, damn, I wish I hadn't worn this shirt. I wish people didn't recognize me as being a fan because they were so bad.
That's not very nice. David Glenn Isley's a friend of mine.
Well, I mean, according to this reviewer and according to Jamie Wilson, our fan, they were not
bad.
good.
Well, you're not a Giuffria fan anyway, are you?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan. I like some of their songs, but am I a diehard? No.
I say, have you played Giuffria 5 times in the history of the show?
Probably not.
I say they're not one that comes up very often.
No, they're a little softer poppy stuff.
Yeah, they are.
But anyway, so to reread that sentence.
Okay.
By the end of Giuffria's set, myself and several others were wishing we hadn't worn our Giuffria tees. Okay, does that make sense to you now?
That makes sense. That's just sad.
Yeah. In fact, some wag said to me, I guess that's sort of like a wag.
That chick?
No. I think a wag is like some faggot,
Oh, nice.
This is England, mind you.
Right.
So wag.
Okay.
Some wag said to me, "How much for the tea, mate? 'Cause no fucker wants to buy it." Their performance left a lot to be desired. I mean, every Giuffria fan in the world every Giuffria fan in the world over has waited 30 years for a drum solo, a guitar solo, and all along the Watchtower, haven't they?
Jesus.
So I guess it's all filler, huh?
They played all along the what? They haven't played a show since 1986.
Yeah, he said they've been waiting 30 years to see Giuffria, and this is what they got.
Wow.
They got a drum solo, a guitar solo, and them playing all along the Watchtower.
And then probably like 3 more songs, so they couldn't have got more than 30, 40 minutes, could they?
Yeah, he says nothing from Silk and Steel.
Really?
That's what he said.
Wow.
And a hodgepodge of material made this a hard performance to watch.
I can't believe they did nothing from Silk and Steel.
Right.
Wow.
Alan Krieger got a right earful in the bar from me.
That's our buddy Krieger.
Yeah. Still, after Dokken's performance, Giuffria were brilliant in comparison.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Don can't sing anymore, and his onstage demeanor made it easy to understand why Lynch hates him so much. The band were tight, but Dokken blamed everything but himself for a poor performance, a poor end to a great weekend.
Oof.
I wonder if you had any thoughts or have heard anything from the Dokken camp about the shows. And yes, my spelling and grammar are shite.
Wow.
I'll give Jennifer a run for her money. Cheers, guys. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And a sloppy tit wank.
Wow.
So there's a new twist. Literally.
wank.
A sloppy tit wank.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah. So, no, I have not heard anything about the shows over in Europe. Have you?
No, nothing.
They did, I think, 5 or 6 shows over there.
Didn't hear a word from anybody in the camp.
Nope, me either. So when Don gets back, I will be seeing him at the end of this month. Tomorrow is November, right?
Yeah, tomorrow or right now.
Yeah, so I'll see him at the end of the month.
Yeah, well, might not want to after these reviews.
Hey, Don will always be a friend regardless if he continues to perform or not.
That's just funny. I love bad reviews better than good ones, to be perfectly honest.
Well, it's always funny to hear people's interpretation.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody takes something different away from a show.
Yeah, well, when we saw them, they were having all kinds of problems too, but they sounded good.
Yeah, they sounded fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen them 3 or 4 times this year alone, and they were fine.